Welcome to CEO Unplugged. I'm Garrett. I am honored today to be sitting down with the CEO, co-founder of Monument, Mike Russell. Let's talk about this, Mike. The world we're living in right now, what a great time to bring a product that the world needs. So let's talk about what inspired you to launch Monument.
This was a business that was totally developed around my own experiences. And it's quite unique because I have been a part of several startups, but really I had a strange relationship with alcohol. It was unhealthy for me, and it was unusual to what I kind of thought, was a problem. But what my challenge is I didn't think about drinking a lot. I didn't want to drink when I woke up. Every 2 weeks, I would have a drink at dinner, and I would have many drinks. And I got to the point where I wanted to stop. And, I went out to start looking for treatment and solutions. And, I tried all different types of community groups. And ultimately, I ended up uncovering that there's FDA-approved medications and, learning about the importance of therapy. And through that experience, I kind of started to conceptualize the idea for a totally online platform that gave people access to all the things that helped me, which was community, support, medication, if that's what's helpful or not, and therapy. And that was how it started.
Now, can you tell us a little bit more about how many people are struggling? You were talking about alcohol and maybe substance that you realized, hey, this could be something that people could benefit from.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what surprised me. We are specifically for alcohol, and there are 15 million people in the United States, or close to that, with alcohol use disorder, and then a total of 40 million people that have an unhealthy relationship with alcohol. And I think you've seen the stats and the numbers, but ever since COVID started and isolation, unfortunately, I think that number might be increasing.
You would think too, or at least according to social media, the way people post about it almost every day. Well, let's jump over there for a second. So, how is COVID-19 affecting people that are looking for help and looking for answers and looking for that community? What are you seeing on your side for people that are trying to get rid of this problem that they're faced with?
Yeah, so that's really interesting. We are live, but we're in beta, and our launch is May 11th. But we built a pretty robust and active community. So I'm able to kind of get in there and post and interact with people. It's totally anonymous. But the number one thing I'm finding is it's the struggle with time. It really is. It's free time. It's being cut off from support groups and relationships and treatment and all the things that people really depended on to manage, your relationship with alcohol and stay the course. And that all changed kind of overnight. And, I think what I'm seeing members ask for a lot are like ideas around hobbies or, ways to kind of keep busy, ways to engage with friends that aren't built around a happy hour, a digital happy hour, right? So that's like really the trend that has been the most I would say prominent in the community.
Now, what advice would you give to someone who might be wondering if they have an unhealthy relationship with alcohol, or maybe they're just coming to realize it now, being quarantined in their own house? So like, what would your advice be to those people?
Yeah, I mean, so again, part of like the reason there is a community, that was an experience I went through. Do I have a problem? Where do I stand? And I think my advice would be, there's two ways to get information, at least that I found were helpful. Number one, being able to talk to people who've had relevant experiences and hear what kind of their situation was and what worked for them. And number two, access to real data, medical data and all that. And I think what we try to do, and what we're going to be evolving, is you can join Monument for free. You have access to an anonymous community. And then, we're going to be adding tons of kind of research, data, medical content there. So people can really be informed and kind of understand where they fall, or if they do have a problem. You know, everyone's so different, right? But I think that's kind of the goal, is like being able to answer that question, you know, in one place, right there in the community.
Now, Mike, in the sense of the community, you know, I think we're all used to it socially, but in a situation like this, how are people adapting to, you know, being in a group and as opposed to having that one-on-one connection face to face?
You know, I think there were a lot of companies, you know, technology companies that kind of pioneered the consumer health tech space.
Right.
So, you know, that was really helpful for us because it was starting to become more mainstream to do digital therapy, you know, access medications online and all that kind of stuff. So we saw kind of a pretty good initial response of members joining and getting comfortable, you know, both in the community where it's really like a network of members interacting anonymously,
Right.
but in a treatment plan. So it's one-on-one. It's totally personalized, the treatment, which I think is really important. Every member is different. Every member wants something different. So we try to offer a fully personalized solution that is developed between the member and a care team, right? It's maybe the medication's right for them, maybe it's not. They talk to a physician and they can understand the options, and you know, and then if therapy is of interest, they can start that on a one-on-one setting. And it's all through video chat, which is really important.
Right. Yeah, of course.
It's not the same as in person for some, but for me, I actually find video chat to be more productive because I don't have to get up and go to an office and do the travel time, and I'm still sitting here getting to know you. So, you know, people have adopted it, and it's been quite successful so far.
Now, Mike, as we were talking about COVID-19, you've created many groups, chats in Monument too, but you were telling me something about therapy as well.
Yeah, so, you know, we have a new product rolling out May 11th in coordination to launch. That will be a brand new offering in addition to our current two offerings, which is an anonymous community and personalized treatment. And the plan was always to roll out this product. It's therapist-led support groups. It's all through video, and all topics, all groups are 8 to 10 people. It's moderated by a therapist, and it's meant to really, you know, create a group that's talking all about different topics, but all relevant to alcohol use or alcohol dependency. Now, our initial plan prior to the situation was there would be a small fee, and you could you could join a group for a small fee anytime you wanted. But once COVID hit and we started kind of reading the press and seeing the outreach, we made kind of a big decision. And that decision was we were going to offer this for free nationwide. And we incur a cost, you know, which is a little risky. I get it. But, you know, I think on May 11th, what you'll have is a nationwide program. You could sign up for free right at joinmonument.com. It's a web app. And then you could join a support group led by a therapist at no charge. And there'll be different topics. There'll be different times and days. And I think as long as we're in this situation, we're going to continue to maintain that as a free service. And I know for sure it's going to have a huge impact on people's lives. So a lot of our focus is around getting awareness around that and making sure people know that that's there, it's free, and, you know, we want them to take advantage of it.
Tell us how people can learn more about Monument, like where online, download websites, where can people learn more about information and either sign up to become a part of the community or be a part of it themselves?
Yeah, so the community is currently live. It's joinmonument.com. And anyone across the country can go to joinmonument.com and they could sign up totally for free. And at that point, it's anonymous and you can start interacting with other members right away. You know, I would say that, you know, we're seeing over the last month comments and engagement. I think comments were almost like 700%. You know,
I'd love to hear that number.
And you know, it's important to note, you know, we haven't launched. There's very little marketing going behind us. So most of the growth is really organic in the sense that like someone hears about it from a friend or, you know, they find it on their own. But I think that part's been really effective. So on May 11th, obviously, there's going to be a lot of forward-facing marketing, advertising, press, and our goal for May 11th, obviously, is to create awareness, but it's to drive kind of awareness around the new product we'll be rolling out, which I'm happy to talk to you about if you're interested.
Oh no, of course. And now being the CEO, the co-founder of Monument too, you have the dream of creating something, as you've done many of times, of the long-term success plan. So where do you see Monument going, accomplishing over the next 5, 10, 100 years?
Yeah, so I mean, we have a very clear vision. It's to have a world where a healthy relationship with alcohol is attainable and celebrated. And there's a lot that goes into that, but at a high level, that's our vision as a company. And in 5 to 10 years, that's the world we hope to, at least impact and live in. So that's what we work towards.
I think in a time right now, and I think you can agree too, Mike, that you couldn't ask for something better in a situation where people are dealing with realizing they might have a problem that they want to get get themselves better with, or maybe they're just realizing it, or they've had it for a little while, but now having that self-isolation, realizing, hey, I need to better myself. I think it's the perfect opportunity to bring this to people. So congratulations on Monument,
Thank you.
and continued success. And I have a feeling this won't be your last or your first venture into big things to come. So thank you very much for your time, Mike Russell, co-founder, CEO, Monument. Make sure you pick it up, download it, pass it along to your friends, or even those that you may think need it, because it can be very helpful in the times that we're living in right now.
Thank you, Garrett. This was great. I appreciate the opportunity to talk.